Hey, welcome back. Today, we're diving into a recipe that takes a pretty common ingredient and just puts it right up on a pedestal. We're not talking about just adding a little sweetness here and there. Nope. We are building an entire dessert around the beautiful, complex floral notes of honey itself.
And this is the whole idea in a nutshell. It's all about changing how you think about an ingredient. So many desserts use honey just as a background sweetener, right? But this tart brings it right to the front of the stage and lets that incredible flavor just sing.
So to really get what makes this tart so special, we have to start with our main character, the honey. Seriously, the whole recipe is designed to celebrate its unique profile.
What we're aiming for here is a flavor that is truly honey-forward. And what that means is the dessert isn't just sweet. You can actually taste the honey. You know, those distinct floral or earthy or even citrusy notes. And that's exactly why using a really high-quality, flavorful raw honey is absolutely crucial for this to work.
Of course, every star needs a stage, right? And for our honey custard, that stage is a perfectly crisp, buttery crust. It's got to be the perfect foundation, something that supports the main event without stealing the show. Let's see how it comes together.
The ingredients for this crust are just beautifully simple. You've got your flour and then half a cup of cold butter. That's the key to getting that amazing flakiness. We've even got a couple of tablespoons of honey in there to kind of echo the flavor of the filling, and then a little bit of ice water to bring it all together.
And the method is just as straightforward. The most important thing to remember here is to keep everything cold. You cut in that cold butter until you get these little crumbly bits, and those create tiny pockets of fat that turn into flaky layers in the oven. Oh, and whatever you do, do not skip the chill time. That 30 minutes is so important. It lets the gluten relax and the fat firm up. It's the secret to a tender crust that doesn't shrink.
Which brings us to a super critical step, blind baking. We're actually going to bake the crust all by itself first at a pretty high heat. Why? Well, because this is what guarantees that the bottom of our tart will be crisp and sturdy enough to hold that luscious, liquidy custard filling without turning into a soggy mess. Nobody wants that.
All right, our stage is set. Now it is time for the main event. The whole reason we're here.
Let's talk about how to make this incredible silky honey custard. So if you look at the ingredients, you can see our star gets top billing. A full 3/4 of a cup of that good honey. That's where all that complex flavor is coming from. Then you've got 3 large eggs for structure and a combination of heavy cream and whole milk to create that really rich, luxurious texture.
So the recipe calls this a honey cloud custard. But how exactly do you get that light, almost ethereal, cloud-like texture instead of something, heavy or rubbery?
Well, the secret is surprisingly simple. It is all in how you whisk. You have to be gentle. If you whisk way too aggressively, you're just incorporating a ton of air. And then, in the oven, all those little air bubbles expand and create this weird, spongy, uneven texture. Gentle mixing is what keeps the custard smooth, dense, and silky, and that's what gives it that perfect melt-in-your-mouth quality.
Okay, so we've built our crust and we've gently mixed our custard. Now it's time for that final, really delicate transformation inside the oven.
Pay close attention to this number, 325 degrees Fahrenheit, or 163 Celsius. This is not some random temperature. It is literally the key to the entire baking process.
And here is exactly why that number matters so much. Low and slow. Custard is basically made of eggs, and what happens to eggs when you hit them with high heat? They scramble. By baking at a lower temperature, we're gently coaxing those egg proteins to set into a beautiful, smooth network, instead of shocking them into a rubbery mess.
The timeline here is just as important as the temperature. You're going to bake for about 25 to 30 minutes, and you're looking for a very specific cue. The center should still have a slight jiggle to it, kind of like gelatin. Do not be tempted to overbake it, I promise. The residual heat from the pan will continue to cook the custard as it pools, and that's what allows it to set up perfectly firm.
So, we have walked through the entire process, from that buttery crust all the way to the gentle bake. We're now at the final stage of creating this absolutely magnificent honey-forward dessert. But there is one last crucial ingredient that we need to talk about.
And that final ingredient is patience. You absolutely cannot rush the cooling process. The tart has to cool down completely before you even think about slicing into it. This is the magic time when the custard finishes setting and all of those beautiful honey flavors really get a chance to meld together. You just gotta let it rest.
And this is what all that care and patience gets you. It's not just a tart, it's an experience.
A perfectly silky custard that showcases the true complex character of the honey, all held inside that crisp, buttery crust. Just phenomenal.
So, as we wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with this question. This recipe is really a masterclass in making one ingredient the absolute hero. So think about it. What common ingredient sitting in your pantry right now could you elevate and make the undisputed star of your next creation?